What's going on, YouTube? So I'm pretty freaking PO'd right now. Nothing happened, but the more and more I drive on these Miami highways, I keep realizing the people in Miami got freaking screwed by the politicians down here. So for about 10 years, or I don't know, it seems like an entire decade, this road and a lot of the roads here, this road's called the Palmetto Expressway. It's a State Road 826. For what seems like decades, this road was under construction. They were supposedly, and everybody knew it, they were expanding it in order to or fix the damn traffic problem, because this road gets ridiculous. And this is the problem right there, these express lanes. Anyway, everybody knew they were expanding the road to fix the traffic problem, but they expanded the road to make these damn express lanes, which are all fine, except all they do is charge you like triple the tolls. So not only did they make regular roads toll roads, but they created express lanes. Instead of fixing the actual traffic problem, it just makes it so that a few, very, very few people pay a little more and they get to skip the traffic. Instead of actually making another lane to alleviate the traffic on everybody. Why do they do it? Because I think Miami-Dade County probably makes more money on tolls than they do on taxes. The only reason I'm writing it right now is because the tolls are suspended for the next couple of days because of the hurricane. But, I mean, it's crap like this. And what's worse is, everybody in Miami complains. You know, we at the office talk about this like every day. And we all complain, but for some ungodly reason, we keep voting in the same freaking people. And it's not just Miami, that happens everywhere, I would assume. You know? I'm sure Atlanta's got their lifetime politicians, and New York, and Buffalo, and everywhere, you know? Orlando. I just know Florida politics are like... People like to talk about how dirty Chicago politics are. Let me tell you one thing. Miami politics, they're either above Chicago or they're not very far behind. Well, federal politics are, of course, even worse. I actually worked in politics for a long time. I stopped after the 2016 election, which is, I think politically, that election drained a lot of people from their energy. It sure as hell drained the hell out of my energy. Politics. And before you ask, no, I didn't vote for Trump, and no, I didn't vote for Hillary either, so sue me. I voted independent. Even though, yes, for a long time I worked on one of the two sides of the spectrum. It's like we keep voting the same damn people in and expecting a different result. We're literally insane when it comes to politics. Ridiculous. And it's the regular people that get ripped off, you know? But hey, this is not a political channel or nothing. I'm just trying to ride my motorcycles and do what I do. I'm done with politics, at least for the foreseeable future. So, you know, I just like to complain every once in a while. I figured for once I'd put it up on YouTube. So yeah, screw Miami-Dade County and their little MDX Mafia that runs all the damn tolls here. They actually put tolls on federal interstates. I don't even know if that's legal. Like, it's really hard to find a highway in Miami-Dade County that is not a toll road. I don't know how it is in the rest of the country. I know I used to live in Texas and in Arizona, and it is not anywhere near like this. Arizona, I can't remember a toll road in Arizona. you know, whatever. That guy's a millionaire, I'm sure. That guy's been taking people's traffic tickets for years, for decades actually. I'll say one thing, I used him once, he's effective. See, that's the thing, if you provide a good service, you deserve to be rewarded. Miami-Dade County has had, obvious issues with the services they provide for a very long time. Especially when it comes to the quality of the roads. And see, that's the thing, they worked on that highway for, like I said, decades. And they're not done, they're still building it down south. And all they did was create an extra lane to make more money, and the quality of the road still sucks, and the traffic is worse today than it was back then. So you tell me, does that make any sense? And they did the same thing on I-95, they did the same thing on I-75, they did the same thing on, I want to say 836 is also have an express lane now. But they turned the 836 also into a toll road. And the 112 is a toll road. The Turnpike is a toll road. The tolls around here are just freaking insane. Like, ridiculously insane. You know, I drive on these highways quite a bit. I remember one time I got a bill for over $100 in tolls. Yeah, I pay my bills on time and everything, but damn, $100 in tolls just to use the roads that I pay for supposedly with my taxes? I'm sorry, Miami politicians, this whole MDX thing, freaking crooks. And the way they got swindled out of Marlins Stadium, like, okay, so a few years ago they built a stadium for the Florida Marlins. Now the Miami Marlins, that was part of the deal. Turned the team from Florida Marlins to Miami Marlins. And the city would help them build a new stadium. The city financed like almost $1 billion. I forgot if it was the city or the county, but anyway. They financed like almost $1 billion of this project. Beautiful stadium, I'll give them that. But the owner of the team only had to put in a couple of million, a few million. Oh, a few million for him, whatever, a million here, a million there, who's counting, right? I don't know the exact figures, but he didn't put up, let's say, he didn't put up even half. He put up less than half. So, stadium gets built. Team is still losing, of course. So, this guy turns around, like 5 years later, this only happened a couple of years ago, sells the team and the stadium, keeps all the money, and he sold it for more than it cost to build. So essentially the city put up all this money, this guy sold the stadium and got all the money. You tell me if that was a good deal. He should have freaking repaid the city. I'm sure the new owners, you know, paid full price for it and whatever. I think the new owners are like Jeb Bush and Derek Jeter. Something like that. I don't really follow baseball. But everybody knows about that scandal down here, which is actually why a project that's actually worthwhile, like David Beckham's MLS stadium, which is something that the people of Miami actually want, that's why they've had such a hard time getting it. Why? Because a hell of a great group of investors couldn't for the life of them get any city funding, any help from the city to build what's going to be a huge complex with shopping, a small stadium, and, you know, for a team that's going to be here for decades to come. They finally secured a site after going through like 10 rounds of different sites, but a good project like this gets screwed because a few crooks of politicians made a deal on Marlins Stadium and screwed the people out of like billions of dollars. You know, people wonder why people get tired of politics. People have asked me why the heck I got out of politics. It's things like this. Anyway, sorry, rant complete. That's it. Drive safe.